My dad, Rick Friedman, was born on September 15th, 1960 to Kay and Howard Friedman. It was a very close-knit family, both extended, and he was close to his siblings, Beth and David. They grew up in Morden Grove, and Rick and his siblings attended Parkview Elementary in Niles West. He was close with his Hirsch family, and they were very involved in their neighborhood growing up. Here's his picture at Parkview, and then Max and Rose's family. Around 1986, Rick started to date a professor he had met at Bradley Hillel, but not his professor. They decided to get married on a summer vacation that they took. They had a conversation about the life that they wanted to have on the steps of the Amsterdam Jewish synagogue. From those steps, Carol knew Rick cared about his family, and he cared about family his entire life. They got engaged in February 1987, and they were married in June 1987 in Columbus, Ohio.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Karen. Down a little. Happy birthday to you.
That's your birthday cake.
Oh, it's Raphael.
Okay.
Raphael? Wow.
Okay, Gabriel, can we let Aaron go?
Wow.
Be careful, watch Daniel.
Can you light it again? Could you light it
There you
again?
go, Gabriel.
Rick, will you light it
birthday.
again?
Oh my. What do you say?
Reenactment.
What do you say, Harry?
Decorating our sukkah. You can see it's the first day of Sukkot. And this is our new sukkah that was designed by Sam Darren, constructed earlier this week.
Look at this pumpkin I'm making on this sukkah.
All right, that piece of
What are you
string.
doing?
Rick was a lifelong Cubs fan and even got to meet Ernie Banks during a Cubs event.
First baseball game. Friend Scottish, his friend took him to the first baseball game. He's explaining the rules to him, and the first guy gets up, gets a hit in the outfield. The guy's running toward first base. The Scotsman gets real excited, and he yells, "Run, man, run!" It's really good. And so the next guy gets it. He gets a hit too. The Scotsman's real excited. He starts running toward first base, and the Scotsman jumps up and yells, "Run, man, run!" The guy says, "It's great, glad you're enjoying the game." The next guy's up, and the pitcher's throwing, ball one, ball two. He comes up walking the guy. The guy starts walking to first base again. The Scotsman jumps up and he, "Run, man, run!" And his friend said, "No, he got 4 balls. He can walk." And the guy gets up and says, "Walk proudly, man, walk proudly."
Thanks a lot. Let's do it. Tell him, Joe, you got a Joe.
Dad took me and my brothers to the Cubs conventions, and he even had a tradition where he bought group sales tickets to take his insurance clients, and one time was even able to throw out the first pitch. But in 2002, our lives changed forever.
My name is Rick Friedman.
And down. Beautiful, Rick. I'm going to give you a little leeway on your knee.
I'm 42 years old.
And forward and drop.
I'm a financial consultant.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I have 3 boys.
That was a good one.
We were out for a family bike ride.
Please stretch out your hand for a little bit.
Sure. And I went through a stop sign very close to our house, about a block away, and I got hit by a car. I know very little else about what happened to me, so I was in intensive care for about 5 weeks before I went to the Rehabilitation Institute.
I first met him about 2 months ago. At the time that I met him, he was very, very low level. What we call a Rancho Los Amigos of 2. The Rancho Los Amigos scale is a cognitive scale. It goes from 1 to 10. 1, you're in a coma. 10, you're reintegrated back into the workplace. And he was a 2. Mr. Friedman came as close to death as you could possibly come without actually dying. There are 2 people that for sure saved his life. One was the neurosurgeon that operated on him, and the surgery was very, very complicated. The other person was his mother. His mother had to say yes to the neurosurgeon, for the neurosurgeon to take out part of Mr. Friedman's brain in order to save his life.
For many months, Dad adjusted to living at his parents' house while we were busy with our school lives. But he got stronger and went back to enjoying the things he liked, like biking. He was able to go to graduations. Dad was able to make it to all 3 of our weddings when he walked me down the aisle in 2016 during my wedding to Alicia. Then he saw Gabriel and Tweeland get married in 2018, even standing for a bunch of different photos. But he was such a great sport about being at the weddings. Then most difficult yet, he went all the way to Turkey to see Daniel get married to Kian, and he knew he had to be there, even if it was incredibly hard. In 2020, Rick became a grandpa. Besides family and friends, his other great love was Bruce Springsteen, who he got to meet in 2016 or 2017. Rick went to about 27 Bruce Springsteen concerts, including this one at Wrigley Field. During his last year, Rick became involved in the Chicago Mitzvah campaign, its senior Hevruta, and other programs.
The Mitzvah campaign is more than a mitzvah doing good deeds. The Mitzvah campaign is an organization that does acts of loving kindness. They help people because that's what they're driven to do. It's not a job, it's a drive.
Andy told jokes.
A professional needs when they do their work. It certainly hasn't happened much in the last 50 years when a doctor makes a house call. But if the doctor does make a house call, he brings a little, those little black bags, like a doctor's kit. And if somebody comes to your house to repair something, he brings a toolkit. And if the boil comes to your house for an event, he brings a brisket.
Above all, my dad loved people, spending time with lifelong friends, with family, with his brother David, and going to concerts together. He went to Portland even to see Bruce and to see his brother. He went to St. Louis to visit with Daniel and Kian. He also went to Brooklyn to see Mark, his uncle, and Mark's daughter Vanessa and their family. And everyone loved him. And we're here. We're glad to be here today to celebrate him and what he meant to all of us.